Okay, it's time to go look.
Yep.
What's going on over here? Welcome back to Two Idiots in a Valley. What you're getting here is the new and improved Truck Talk. It's not a truck anymore. We're going to have to come up with a new name.
Table talk.
Table Talk. Okay.
I mean, come on. That was...
It was right there. It's right there.
Sitting on the table.
Glad you found it. Picked it up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of logistics involved. It's kind of boring. You don't want to hear about it.
Because one of us has a big boy job.
Two of us now.
Yeah, two of us, not me.
Not being you. Creatively unemployed.
I'm making a business card, and that's what it's going to say. Creatively unemployed. I love that.
Stop trying to make me smile and laugh. I'm very mad at you right now.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What did I do?
Well, it wasn't something you did.
Something I didn't do?
It's something your truck did.
Something my truck did. Tell me.
It ruined our sawmill purchase.
Oh, it did. Yeah, it did. I had to spend money unexpectedly.
Well, unexpectedly.
Okay, I knew it was coming for about a year.
Uh-huh.
And then it just happened.
Yeah.
Right when we were about to buy the sawmill.
Go ahead and tell them.
So my truck,
Try not to cry.
it's a Ram 1500 2019 Limited.
Nice truck.
It's a nice truck. It's a nice truck. I beat the crap out of this truck because I just used it as a work truck. It had...
And a land truck.
And a land truck. It had airbags. Airbag suspension. Well, what's the very first thing that goes out on a Ram 1500
Horn.
Limited? It's not the horn.
Starter.
It is the starter. The starter went out first. I replaced the starter. No, yeah, it was the air suspension. Because...
Tonneau cover.
Yeah, that sucks too. Stop. It's a nice truck.
Anything? There's good stuff about it.
The air suspension was cool. You could raise it up 5 different levels. It had an off-road mode, and that's what we always used to come down here.
Because we were
off-roading. Off-road. In the woods. In the valley, right? You've seen the intro. The trail that we come down is not meant for vehicles. The airbag suspension went out probably because I came down here too much and abused it. So... it cost me $2,000 and I did the air delete system. If you have a Ram 1500 and your airbags go out, I highly recommend airdelete.com. They don't sponsor us. I kind of wish they did because I didn't want to pay $2,000 for that system. But I got the upgraded off-road package, upgrading my towing capacity by 4,000 pounds. And it is rock solid coming down here.
I'm not any less pissed.
Sorry.
It just so happened that the amount we spent on his suspension was really close to the amount we were going to spend on a sawmill.
It was by about what?
And the money we had earmarked for a sawmill. We were getting ready to pull the trigger on a sawmill, and it gets spent on a truck.
Hey,
so that he can drive.
You got to be able to get to the land.
And the Tahoe's out.
Yeah, why don't you tell him about your Tahoe?
Well, after I replaced the suspension and the transmission, now the engine's gone out and I'm having it rebuilt. It's a lot of money.
That money did not get earmarked for a sawmill.
Nope, that's just me living paycheck to paycheck. Actually, I've decided I'm no longer living paycheck to paycheck. I'm living crisis to crisis.
Jesus. Hey, I think you really need to try creatively unemployed.
No, it'd make the crises worse.
It's a lot of fun, though. It's a roller coaster of
I didn't know there was a level beyond paycheck to paycheck, because everybody seems to think that's pretty bad, but it's like, okay, it's not that rent's due. It's that I'm about to get evicted. Okay, I got to pay that. That's a crisis. Crisis solved. They're going to repo the Tahoe. Okay, pay the payments on that. Crisis averted. Like, it's just crisis to crisis.
I hate to say this, but most people figure this out in their early 20s. Maybe late 20s if you're a late bloomer. But good God, we're bad at life.
No, no.
Just because you don't want to believe it doesn't make it not true.
You know, a lot of people would say I have a spending problem, but I believe I have an income problem. So I'm trying to fix that.
I agree with you.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We should.
This episode's brought to you by ignorance and frustration.
I have figured out a little life hack though when it comes to spending money.
Don't.
No, you got to do it creatively. And so here's my creative way to spend money. Because all of the streaming services,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the idea of cutting the cord, saving money by not having cable. Well, now there's so many good streaming services that offer so many good products. Like in order to watch all the shows you want to watch, you got to spend, you know, the same you were spending on cable to have all the streaming services. I found a way around it. Rotating your streaming services. So if you're just going to watch HBO Max, let's say, because you want to watch Sopranos and Game of Thrones and the new, what's the new Game of Thrones?
House of the
Dragon. You want to watch House of the Dragon. So you watch what you want to watch. You solely commit to HBO Max. And then when you've watched everything you want to watch there, now there's all these other shows that have come up on the other streaming services. So then let's say you switch to Netflix and you get caught up on all the movies they're doing. And
I feel like that would take a little bit of planning. Because you got to know what you want to watch.
you gotta have a little list of what they have and what's come out. And so yeah, you could prioritize like, oh, there's 4 seasons I want to watch on Hulu because I want to watch Shoresy and, you know, Bob's Burgers or whatever is on there. And
That's not conducive for just doing the whole browse. The Netflix and chill.
well, no, it eliminates the need for browsing because you're switching when you have a solid list of things you want to watch. You never have to browse because you always know what you're in for. Like for me, I'm about to switch to Paramount because Yellowstone's about to come out. So I'm going to watch Yellowstone and then I'm probably going to switch to Hulu because I do need to finish Shoresy.
You do need to finish Shoresy. It was
And there was something else on Hulu that was coming out. I can't remember. But this is my plan. So instead of paying for all streaming services at once, you're just paying for one at a time. Actually, maybe 1 or 2. Because the other thing I've found is watching live sports.
Oh gosh, with all the new contracts of who gets what and where, and I mean Amazon's doing a pretty good job, but then all of a sudden you had to get what, Fox or CBS or something to watch one of your games recently.
Well, I was gonna do Fox to watch the World Series, and I ended up just going out to watch the World Series. Rest in peace, Yanks. Next year. I think it's time for ghost mode for me. Do we need to talk about ghost mode?
What is ghost mode? Yeah, you've brought that up before.
Well, it takes a lot of discipline, and I haven't had it yet. But you beat me in arm wrestling last night.
I did beat him. I can't believe he brought that up. I beat him in arm wrestling.
I'm willing to admit it. I'm going to give it out there to the public. Steven's a strong guy, stronger than me. For the first time ever?
Shock.
No, not the first time ever. You do these like manual labor jobs and like get like,
yeah.
I'm not going to say what I really want to say, but you get weirdly strong.
I think you said it last night.
I probably did. And so ghost mode is where you just disappear. You don't go out. You don't talk to people. You don't go on dates. You don't do anything like that. You just go to work, go home, work out, eat clean, don't drink, and you just work on yourself physically for a solid month.
Oh, for 30 days.
Yeah.
Just 30 days.
I think 30 days is the appropriate amount. You can make some solid changes doing ghost mode in 30 days.
You can make some solid changes if you're creatively unemployed.
Well, yeah. And just doing manual labor for.
Yeah.
I wonder if you still outweigh me.
Probably. I stepped on the scale 2 weeks ago and I was 228.
Yeah, that's high for you.
It is, yeah. 233 is my highest.
I feel like I'm probably in the 230s. If I was in the 220s, I'd be shocked.
Problem with being creatively unemployed and doing all this manual labor is every time I accomplish a big physical feat in a task or a project, I drink like 18 beers. And
Celebrate.
These, my favorite beer, Shiner, again, not sponsored, has 150 calories per beer. So 6 of these is like having a full meal.
Yeah.
12 of these is like having 2 full meals. So if I eat lunch, dinner, and 12 beers, I've eaten 4 times that day. And I know a lot of you were like, 12 beers, that's a ton. Well, you get used to it.
I think the people that like our channel are probably right in line with 12 beers.
Think so?
I think so. Sorry, Mom. All of this to say, I am surprisingly still single.
He is still single. How do you feel about that?
Well, the most recent story is not a good one. I went out on a limb, in public, in person. Just thought I was kind of vibing with someone, kind of hitting it off. So I put myself out there and said, "Hey, would you want to go out sometime?" And she thought about it for 0.25 seconds and just really sternly said, "No."
Oof. That's a solid reject.
I had never been rejected so hard. And it was a new feeling. but I survived it,
as we do.
Yeah, and so you kind of learn like, okay, that's the worst it could be. I hope that's the worst it could be.
No, it was very direct. That's a very
It was
direct
very
thing
direct.
to say. And hey, good on her, right?
I appreciate the directness.
Sure.
Didn't lead me on, or it certainly
can
didn't lead me
get
on.
It can get worse.
You think it can get worse?
Oh, imagine no with some
Laughter.
Yeah.
Laughter would be bad.
Laughter or a diatribe about why no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that would hurt at first, but it would be helpful. Probably would
you think it's gonna be constructive criticism?
It would probably trigger a ghost mode.
I'm surprised this hasn't. It did. That's why you're talking about ghost mode. Oh, buddy. Oh, ladies, if there's any ladies watching our channel and you're single and whether you're attracted to them or not, please reach out.
Comfort me. I have a question.
Wait. Go ahead.
And this came up because I heard a song on the radio, and it was one of my favorites. And it was DMX.
Did you lose your mind?
Sort of. I was singing along, rapping along, one might say. And it kind of occurred to me, DMX raps slow.
Y'all gonna make me. Yeah.
Very slow.
It's
easy to understand the words.
Yeah.
And it's very slow. It's easy to keep up with. It's easy to rap along with.
He's also always angry.
Is this why DMX is so popular?
Is DMX very popular?
Oh, yeah.
Is he?
I mean, he's dead, but...
DMX is dead?
Oh, yeah. He died years ago.
What?
Yeah, had a heart attack at like 50.
What? Is that real?
Yeah. He had a bit... His funeral procession was like all these biker gangs in LA. And his casket was in the back of this like monster truck. And it was just hundreds of bikes following it through LA.
Is that why I haven't seen much out of him lately?
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet, real down low. Him and Tupac really trying to come and put something together.
Ghost mode.
Okay. I stopped using the question mark.
What?
I started doing this thing, and I don't know when it started. I just started noticing it. But if I ask somebody a question and it's not really a question, I don't put a question mark. I put a period.
Verbally?
No. Email, text, all like I first noticed it in text, and I realized I saw some emails.
Gonna need an example.
Okay. So let's say I'm texting you to help me with something. It's work related. It's in your purview. Like this is your job. And so I'm saying, hey, can you check in with so and so?
Period. That's so. Is that passive aggressive?
I think so. I think I grew this passive aggressive thing where like, yeah, this isn't a question. You should do this,
right.
But I'm going to be polite and phrase it as a question.
But notice my punctuation.
But notice the punctuation, the lack of politeness therein.
In 2 dates in a valley, one of the unspoken traditions is for me to be wearing the same shirt every season. Right?
Well, for a whole season.
For a whole season.
Yeah.
Last night, it was raining. It We got here at 7:30, and it started raining about an hour after we showed up, and it was a blast. We hung out, got super wet, had a
fire going.
Had a fire the entire time, and then watched some YouTube in the tent on the projector. But my shirt got soaked. See my shirt? That's why I'm not in uniform.
I am.
You look like a real man. What was that line you kept saying last night?
It was
I lived a hard life. Harder than yours, city boy.
and on that note, it's time to go continue our hard life. We'll see y'all next time here at the Valley.
Who wouldn't want him?
That one. There's one. And then